to celebrate 10,000 plays on SoundCloud, I was going to give you a full-on makeout session with a snowman I would have put together myself. But unfortunately, the snow wasn't high enough on my balcony to put together a snowman. So in lieu of celebrating 10,000 plays, again, thank you, on SoundCloud, I will try to make out as best as I can with this little pile of snow I put together here. So bear with me as I try to lean in, with consent. It is my snow now since it's on my balcony for this little, session right here. So I'm going to try my best to get... Oh, shit. Alright, that didn't work as planned. I tried at least, but, I failed. As I do with most things in life. But it's alright, I still got the podcast to celebrate 10,000 plays regardless of that fucking fiasco right now with the snow. I have no snowman making skills, or the snow was that soft that it couldn't hold out for me enough to make that snowman or snow person. I don't want to gender assume or identify like that, so forgive me in advance. And, we're going to take it back inside for the rest of this shit so I don't freeze to death.
Fuck it!
I'm going to share one secret that's directly following this thing that came up now, which I can't help but talk about Kanye, obviously. You know that by now. If you've been listening to me long enough, you know that I got a love-hate relationship per se. I love the music. I go back to the catalog often. I just hate the man and what he's becoming as of late with, the Drink Champs interview. He said the shit he said about Big Sean and whoever else may have been involved. It's getting kind of reckless and fucking sloppy and crazy, to be honest. On top of that now, the man is going through a divorce, however long that's going to take from Kim Kardashian, of all people, too, which, shout out to that fucking glorious ass of hers. Divorced, single or not, still, that ass should be a national monument of its own eventually. Like, she's still got a couple of years, I'd say maybe at least 10, before that ass is really like, we got to get suspicious of what she has to end up doing to it to make it still look appealing enough. Not just for the mass audiences out there too, but just for her own sake when she looks into the mirror in the morning and she's like hiking the thong up as high and as deep as possible in her ass crack, so that, the cheeks are really prevalent. But then again, that thing is so humongous, I don't think she has that worry like, scrawny girls or no ass girls, no ass at all girls have when they got to really give themselves wedgies just for the sake of like the IG post of the day later on for, what's this fucking brand? Fashion Nova or whatever fucking lingerie brand they're like sponsoring. They got the tits for it, but they don't got the ass. So then the ass has got to be like at a certain angle, bent over, right lighting. And then the underwear's got to be really fucking like dental floss thin so it could really hike up in there and give you the false illusion of all this ass when really there's none there, or they got really fucking long backs, if anything, too. But shout out to them. They're still going through the struggle and still putting themselves out there, literally out like that. They're putting their ass out there on the line, But with that being said, obviously there is a relationship now developing with Pete Davidson. Shout out to him for being able to land and or, grab a hold of literally all that ass tangible of Kim Kardashian. Ye said he's going to work his ass off to get Kim back. Dedicated a whole part of his concert with Drake to her, changing up the words of fucking Runaway so it could be solely dedicated to Kim for the sake of come on back to me, whatever, too. But she made it clear the following day, which is hilarious on her part to do, I think she made it legally binding now that she's single officially. So that way it's up to her and Pete to decide what she does with her ass and pussy and titties, and as glorious as all that is too. It's her decision, as it always is. Consent is important. I'm sure I'm sure Pete Davidson has all of it, especially with the alleged humongous cock he's got going on for him. And I'm sure Kim can attest to, if needed to, in the court of law, since she's, that much closer now to becoming a lawyer, at least in California, I think, or wherever she's going to practice eventually too. But Ye is losing as far as the contest to win Kim back is concerned, because Pete literally has that on lock or pinned down because of how big his cock is. She can't fight it off. So now he's going out with Ye, I'm referring to, Julia Fox, who was, I didn't see it yet, Uncut Gems, but she was apparently very naked in Uncut Gems, or we got a good glimpse of her, so he probably did too, and say, you know what, I'm gonna go find her and try to make her for lost time because of Kim. She playing these games with Pete's cock, fam. I can't handle it. My mental health, or whatever, too. So he's busy with that, Julia Fox. But there was a clip that just came out recently of him in the studio, bugging out in a hoodie, funny enough, all deep in this fucking shit like he is, so it's gonna be fucking nothing but heat. Hopefully, I want to say better than fucking what's the album he just came out with now? The fucking black cover album. I can't believe I forgot the name of. I want to say Yeezus so bad, but I know it's not Yeezus. It's I can't remember the fucking album that just came out now. That was a whole big thing with fucking just a blank black cover art, whatever. Too. You know what I'm fucking talking about? That album. I hope it's better than that shit if Dave Chappelle is there bopping his head, regardless of what Dave Chappelle's going through scandal, controversy-wise, but he was really fucking getting into it, like really in the fucking mood and shit too, really setting the vibes. But I'm wondering, is he gonna fucking diss Pete Davidson? Or is he probably, maybe, gonna diss, in this case of all people, Kim? Just because she stepped down on him, according to him allegedly. We don't fucking know the inner workings or details of what happened there exactly, better yet said. If it was strictly or solely her choice to fucking cut that off, because she had said before too, it's difficult dealing with someone like Kanye because of his constant mental struggles, breakdowns and such too. Kim might have been, Ye might have been the one willing to step away from her because, well, Kim is Kim. I mean, she's upfront and open about that too. If you watch the Keeping Up with the Kardashians, that's your choice. And I did too up until a certain point. I can't stand Khloe and her overusage of fuck on purpose just for the sake of, fuckity, fuck. I hate those kind of people. That turned me off. And also too, it's such an empty, vapid watch, that show. But it's just them being them. Obviously scripted them, but it's still them regardless. I mean, there's really not much depth behind, a Kardashian besides literally all that ass behind, pick or choose, Kim, Kylie, no, they're the young ones, Kim, Kourtney, and Khloe. So there's all that going on. It makes you wonder, maybe he's got something to reveal or drop eventually, because it's inevitable. He's going to fucking name somebody and he's going to be fucking dissing them, and he's going to be putting, hopefully, in exchange of making us wait for another album, he's going to put out an album or some sort of project release or a single or something, and he's going to get at somebody. But we got to see if it's going to be either Kim or if it's going to be fucking Pete, of all people, because Pete looked like he was good with both of them before they went Splitsville, and he was in there already. So a lot of people are, alleging and or adding to that theory of maybe he was in there as a long-term goal or plan to get in good enough with both of them so that he could just sneak his way in with Kim. But wouldn't that have been the time he was with Ariana Grande or whoever might have been before, or in between Ariana and Kim, if there was anybody? Or maybe he upgraded from, well, I mean, depending on who you ask, it's a trade-off, from Ariana to Kim. I think Ariana Grande, shout out to her, is adorable, is a very pretty girl. There's no denying that. On the slim and slender side, I like my women with some fucking meat on the bone. But then it's like polar opposites, Ariana to fucking Kim Kardashian. Maybe he was tired of fucking having to pick his teeth with a fucking toothpick like Ariana is in comparison to, well, let's be honest, all that fucking ass with Kim Kardashian. So who the fuck knows? But all I'm saying is, Kanye seems and looks like he might be dissing either one of the two. It'll be fun to find out who and who gets it worse, if anything, and what he says exactly. Is he going to spill the beans on Kim and her whole family because they got all these fucking alleged rumors about them too, and who knows what he's going to fucking say or be messy about with like that? And or is he going to fucking poke fun at Pete and or threaten him or really stir up some beef with him and say, man, you're not even that funny. Kevin Hart got you beat or whatever. You just got a big white cock. Everybody gets bored of that shit. Now, I don't know. But is he going to try to physically, threaten Pete with any sort of action? I mean, he did literally buy a house, down the street, across the street from where he used to live with Kim, I guess just to spy on them. And they made the memes already, too, of fucking, taking out the garbage just to get a good view of fucking Kim's ass silhouette through the fucking window where he used to be right behind that ass, poking that ass all the time too. Now he's not. Of all things, to have Kanye as a neighbor, but also in Kim's case, having Ye, not Kanye, Ye, as a neighbor, but also as your ex-husband, literally, and your neighbor now. Imagine if it comes down to something as stupid as, you know what, they both come out of the driveway during the same night when it's ever trash night wherever they live, Pete and Ye. They bump into each other. Ye ain't feeling fucking Pete's huge white cock vibes, dicking down his wife while his children are there present, whatever, and they start getting into it. Or, I don't think Ye's going to throw hands like that. I don't think he's that dumb. But they might just get into that pushing, shoving contest or like a shouting match too, and Ye's going to be the one to really pop things off by yelling, she's tired of your big white cock. She going to get tired of it. You got no flavor. You got no season on that big white cock. She needs me back, bro. She needs me. Kim. And start yelling out to her to come out the house and shit. And she comes storming out in the fucking bathrobe that's like supposed to be, made for a much bigger woman, but she needs a lot more because of all that ass following behind her, literally. I think the way to the best determine who she's feeling or how much she's really feeling Pete is if they get into a shoving contest, Ye and Pete, who is she going to try to push off first? Now, I think, hear me out here, agree to disagree, however you want to fucking, go about it, leave a comment, reply, whatever the fuck you want to do. If she, let's say, pushes off Pete off of Kanye, or immediately tries to defend him instead of Ye, I think that's a clear-cut sign that she's serious about Pete, or at least trying to safeguard that huge cock. And or vice versa, if she tries to push off Ye from Pete, if things start to get, or potentially could get physical between them, I think that might hint that maybe Kim might still have some feelings of some sorts for Ye, at least for the sake of, that's the father of my children. I was married before, but didn't have kids with nobody else but Ye. So let me safeguard him, because then again, the kids are going to want an explanation as far as like, why would you protect the big, white, scary looking dude that's practically a bro to us comparison to daddy and shit like that too. That's a lot of explaining to do too, and most likely paparazzis are going to get some sort of footage of it. Hopefully we can see some clarification of sorts if and when it does happen, but it's most likely going to happen, and of all things over some garbage, depending on how you view the family or that whole situation, this whole situation might be garbage or close enough to being that, but we have to see eventually the tense situation boiling, simmering to the top between Ye and Pete. Is he going to go for Pete's neck on the track, or is he going to expose Kim's whole ass by talking in details about her asshole, her fucking starfish, the chocolate starfish? Is he going to describe, I was there when she got her latest BBL or her fat injection from her fupa to her ass cheeks, and I was there, bro. I saw the whole thing, fam. It scarred me for life because I thought I was going into some real, legit, authentic, Albanian origin ass, but it was really just, fat being transferred into her ass. And I was lied to, bro. I was deceived. Kim, you lied to me, Kim. Or some shit like that. Well, maybe they got kids. He won't really go hard like that. But then I thought about it too the other day. I think she was on, I forget what show. She was on the show, Kim. And the question came up, obviously, well, what are you going to do when it comes time to explain to your kids about how you really got famous like that? And she was like, I don't know, but I'll have to sit down with him and just have a real serious talk about how mommy got famous, because I did hint at that the last episode, I think, of eventually that conversation has to come up, because North, her oldest with Ye, is getting to the age, if not already, of where she's Googling just about anything, or if she hates mommy, she's becoming a teenager now, or she's phasing into the teenage age or whatever's, where I think girls usually hate the mothers, not hate literally, but like they always end up arguing, going at each other's necks and shit too. So out of anger, out of frustration, what if North one day decides to Google mommy, like, I hate my mommy. And then like, oh, I hate Kim Kardashian. And then she stumbles upon a Reddit thread just talking about, or people still sharing the fucking links of the original sex tape, her and fucking Ray J too, which I would assume the family, had done their best to safeguard all the children from having to see any sort of fucking version of that, or even alluding to it too. Eventually it's going to come out though. So I'd like to see that conversation as far as how that goes down. North looks like a good kid, and Ye isn't a bad dad from as far as what we've seen. At least we've had access to see like that. Let's just hope for the best. But I know North's going to have a lot of questions if she stumbles upon the fucking video before Kim is able to get her hands on that situation and beat it to the punch and be like, you know what? Maybe we need to watch together, or just so I can clarify if she's of age. I don't know. No, actually, no. I don't think there's any case scenario where it's appropriate for you to watch some porn with your kids, even if it's your own home video porn you made however long fucking it was ago with a guy you used to fucking be with, and then try to explain, why you did it. I don't think there's any real proper explanation for that too. But then again, the Kardashians, they'll handle it how they handle it. Ye's the father. How's he going to get involved? Who knows? It just seems like it's going to be a pretty crazy situation all in all. But with that being said, I did want to share something with you as I promised, because of 10,000 plays on SoundCloud. Thank you again so much for that too. I'll admit to it. I'll fess up to it right now. All right, so for the sake of 10,000 plays on SoundCloud, all right, I admit it before anyone else tries to fucking put it out there or tries to beat me to the punch. Listen, I saw Kanye West's, formerly back then only Kanye, not Ye now, or yeah, thank God I won't have to see it ever again, but I did see Kanye West's BBC. Listen, I'm being brave right now, and if you don't know your internet slang or terminology like that, BBC, not the fucking channel. He wasn't there. I watched the fucking whole interview he did across the seas in England, but shout outs to England, shout outs to and/or Great Britain, whichever the proper terminology and/or way to refer to them as. Feel free to correct me in the comments or wherever you got to, if you need to, if you're from that part of the world too, blokes. But I saw the man's BBC, meaning his big black cock. All right? So this is why I think he's got a big fucking dog and or dong, no pun intended, in the fight against Pete Davidson when eventually this thing does go down. Because listen, I know it doesn't seem probable and or feasible that of all people and all celebrities, Kim and or Pete hold up together in the same house now, where Kanye used to fucking dick down Kim. Proof of that was 4 children they had together. Whatever, take out their own trash. But I'm just saying, and again, I'm putting it out there, if they ever came to blows, or most likely if Kanye's the one that instigates some shit with Pete because he sees him walking down his old previous driveway he used to share with Kim, why not? And again, I already alluded to, who she's pulling off of who, might allude to who she still cares for or who might actually have the bigger cock. So she's protecting that either from Ye with ghosts of massive fucking dick past, and or now if she protects Pete, she's really guarding her currently alleged massive fucking white cock that he's got tucked away like a Staten Island firehouse fire hose or whatever. Me, how did I get exposed? How did I see? What am I fucking up to, or what kind of past do I have to hide, tuck away, like I'd have trouble doing if I had a BBC myself, like Ye does, and confirmed he does, because I saw with my own 2 eyes I did. How did I fucking see it? What am I doing out there like that in the streets? Am I trying to change my ways? Am I trying to fucking put to rest what I used to do out? No, none of that funny shit. And no disrespect if that's what you were ever into, that's your thing now currently, or you've been considering ever since I told you now, confirmed. Ye, on top of being a massively talented producer, a massively talented artist, musician icon, he's got a massive fucking cock dangling between his legs. I only saw it because of, guess what? The internet. Thanks to the internet, or in this case, no thanks to the fucking internet. Because listen, I haven't checked recently, to be honest, so I can't really confirm if they're still out there or not. I really haven't. But I used to be on MediaTakeout.com heavy, me and my friends, and or specifically in this case, a friend whose house I was over at the night I stumbled upon, literally tripped upon fucking Kanye's BBC. So we're running through Media Takeout. That was a go-to site for like, it was like a very hip-hop oriented, like the Black TMZ pretty much. It was solely hip-hop stories. If it was big enough, they'd fucking post some shit about it. Like, that wasn't hip-hop related directly. But point is, I want to say it was around the time of Dark Twisted Fantasies. Oh, that makes sense now. Okay, so Runaway. I sent this chick a picture of my dick, and however the rest of the song goes, I forget right now. That's a classic song right there, but still, that makes sense putting the pieces together now too. So I want to say it's definitely around the time of the making of Dark Fantasy, where they posted, of all things, I'm pretty sure they put, not safe for work, that NFSW thing tag with it, along with the post. But Kanye sending dick pics out, or whatever the tagline was. But basically, you can see Kanye's cock, just click here. We did, without knowing that, and this really isn't like what I do with guys, hanging out at night either too. Like, this is one of my best friends, Casey, shout outs to him. He knows who he is. That I've known since childhood, and we'd hang out like that, but not doing things like that. That's not what I mean. What I mean to say is I was at his house when we clicked on the link, but he's like, wait a second. We just clicked on something that might be something I'm not ready to see. And I stupidly said to him, no, listen, Media Takeout, usually if they're worth their weight in whatever fucking proverbial gold, they're not going to show the actual cock, or they might cut it off at where the fuck the cock starts. So if anything, we might just get like half a picture, if anything, too. Or they'll censor it somehow. So I was so sure of myself that Media Takeout wouldn't be that tacky, but then again, they have in the past. But I was like, no way they're showing this man's cock. No way they're going to fucking put that out there for the world to see like that. Boy, was I wrong. But boy, was my friend, my best friend, right, as far as I'm not going to fucking look. You're the bigger fan. You love his music like that. I only kind of fuck with him. You click that link. You look at it if you want, if it's even there to look at. And I was like, that's when I started to think like, maybe he's got a point, no pun intended, about what I'm about to click on. So when I did try to proceed with caution. And when I clicked the link and it refreshed the page and sent me directly to what was contained in the fucking picture, I did hesitate in scrolling down. And I was wondering, wait, he's a black guy. There's a stereotype about, BBC action, all that too. I might be scrolling down a long time, so maybe I'll save myself some time before potentially, hopefully not, but potentially I get exposed to another man's cock on the internet. And I did think about it. I hesitated. I wasn't sweating. I wasn't like panicking nothing. But I was like, am I really about to, set out on this journey of potentially seeing something about an artist I love proverbially like that for the sake of the music, but not love like that. So when I do, finally, I pulled the trigger per se, and I saw it, and holy shit, that thing is massive. It was like looking at a dirty elephant trunk. It was like looking up at a California redwood. It was like, I don't even know how else to describe it, because that thing was massive, big, girthy, in your face. Thank God it wasn't nowadays with the days of, or the technology, I mean to say, of VR and all that too, where this thing could have just poked out the screen and would have been like just slapping down on your forehead, or my forehead in this case too. And I feel like, listen, Media Takeout really did me a disservice. Fuck them, but shout outs to them, because they was, I guess, brave enough, you could say, to really put it out there like that for the world to see. But I'm sure, like myself included, there were many other Kanye fans, now Ye, but back then Kanye still, many Kanye fans that would have never thought we were going to see it. I thought, honestly, it would have been either like how the Japanese do their porn, oddly enough, where they show everything, the titties, the pussies, the assholes, all that too, but they like pixelate the cocks so you don't have to fucking see them, and it's oddly helpful. But it's still kind of like, do I really want to see this, or is this really like pretend porn or something like that too. I read about that too, like why they don't show penises in their porn. There's like a whole what do you call that shit? Like a whole, I forget the terminology, but there's a whole thing where like they frown upon the cock being exposed in porn, but we're all right with seeing, you know, the real insides of fucking Japanese pussy and or asshole, or seeing them eat shit and fuck each other while they're doing it too. Literally shit. Don't look that up, trust me, but it's out there if you're curious or freaky like that or bored like that or stupid like that. But still, I thought it was going to be either pixelated or like a really long black censor bar over his cock. But I got nothing of the sorts. Or I thought, again, they would have cropped it at like the cock at the very tip, not see nothing at all, and just give you the alluding to the illusion of they did show it, but they cropped it for us, and then whew, we escaped that one. But no, there was no escaping, no dodging that cock at all. It was huge, in your face, bulging. This is also when, forgive me for being so descriptive, and pause for being so descriptive too, but this is when he was actually slimmed down, like he had a six-pack and everything too. So I guess that's true when they say for every 10 pounds you lose, it's like an inch more you put back on your cock, as far as how it looks or how it's supposed to look, hopefully looking bigger and all that too. It helps the trim too. So, you know, shout out to Manscaped. If ever, they can probably be a sponsor of the fucking podcast. But yeah, trimming your fucking hedge and losing weight equals out to the formula needed to properly give your girthiness and cock dexterity the growth it needs to properly expand and be put out there on the internet like that. So am I necessarily proud of that? No. What I just shared? Absolutely not. But am I brave enough to do so? Like Media Take, I was brave enough to post fucking Kanye's cock for us to fucking see back when, I don't know back when, like the time around Dark Fantasy was out. I guess you could say that. Do I regret it? Absolutely. Because now I can only make the claim as far as outside of seeing my own cock, I've seen my father's cock by accident. I wasn't looking for that either. And also now I've seen another man, another famous, at least I can say man's cock. But, you know, I'm sorry. Oh, well, obviously, porn doesn't count because porn's like, you know what you're getting into. This, I'm talking about unassumingly I saw this man's cock in, I guess you could say, nature or its natural element. But then again, there's no real natural element aspect to taking dick pics, which I've never done. I never will, trust me. So you'll never see, like, my thigh meat on the internet. And I'll make sure it stays that way too, for the sake of, you don't need to see, listen, look at my fucking palms. They're not supposed to be this pale or discolored, but they are, so you can only imagine, and I'll leave it at imagination of how pastely and ghastly looking I look underneath all these layers. You don't need that imagery, trust me. And on top of that, hairy. I can't grow hair on the top of my head. God is playing a practical joke on me, just like he let me click on that fucking link and say, you know what? Now you love this man so much, you think he's a god, he's an icon? Well, ha ha ha. False idolhood gets you this. Click on this link, boom, you get hit with a fucking BBC in your face like that. Of all things, it's Kanye's tills too, but I didn't consent to that. It's not like I was looking for that, let alone on the internet of all things. But I digress. That's the whole point. That's the secret I had to reveal at 10,000 fucking plays at SoundCloud. You know, you were fair to me. You were nice to me, courteous in that sense. I might as well extend the favor, pause, and no pun intended, extend the favor back to you as far as the proverbial olive branch is concerned. You did this for me. I'm doing this for you, and I'm fessing up to what I fucking saw. Now, listen. With that being said, also, I'm not the proper guy to do the reference properly, and I'm probably going to fuck it up, but here goes anything. I would imagine if it ever came down to sword fighting between Pete Davidson's alleged massive white cock versus Ye's massive confirmed proved, unfortunately by me, I'm not going to lie to you, big black cock, it'll be like the lightsaber versus the dark saber, which I think, did we get that in The Mandalorian Season 2? I forget now. It was like not so far removed from, but all I can still think of is like the really poor CGI de-aging they did on Luke Skywalker's face. Mark Hamill, shout outs to him, of course, too. But you know what I mean? I'm just putting it out there, just like Ye put it out there for a, you know, did it have Instagram back then? No, probably like, well, no, I think people were texting a lot more too, or emailing, or whatever the fuck they were doing, but that was meant for a willing, consenting, willing to receive it female. But I guess she wanted some quick cash if they paid out for that post and sent it out to media takeout, and then they got a hold of it, and then boom, Kanye's dick is on the internet forever and ever. Just like, well, you know what? I guess they were meant for each other at some point too, even though they're divorced now. Kanye and Kim, Kanye's whole dick is out there on the internet if you look hard enough, as long as you don't get hard looking. And then Kim's got a whole ass, titties, pussy, everything too, out there for the world to see on the internet. Now let's get out there and fucking make shit happen. God damn it, listen, I lost my hair, I'm still standing. I got hair growing on my ass cheeks, right above my ass crack, all working its way up my back. New fucking virgin hair. Baby hairs I never had before ever in my life. They're fucking up there. They're gonna fucking soon connect from the bottom of my neck to the tip of my ass crack. And what am I gonna do about it? I got such poor genetics as far as hair is concerned. God said no more hair on top, not even a fucking chia pet sprinkling or nothing on top of your head too, but you're gonna get all this fucking hair in places you least expected. I got fucking hair growing here on the very fucking top of my cheekbones, right underneath my eyes. I already got eyelashes. You can see that hopefully here in the video version. I got hair growing here on my fucking cheekbones, in my ears, on my earlobe. Places I didn't have that shit like 2 years ago. And also, I'm also celebrating the 1 year anniversary now of me actually going bald, taking it all off my head because what I had left was embarrassing. It looked like a fucking malnourished chicken, if anything too. So what am I going to do now, right? But be fucking brave and keep going through, keep pushing through with the fucking energy, with the who this been watching energy, with the random ass review energy, and soon enough, coming very soon, the twitch.tv/who this is one energy as well too. New year, new energy. What are you gonna do but be you? And me being me, in this case now, who this is one, the tag on all social fucking media. Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, everything you could fucking imagine. Who this is one, that's me. Don't forget youtube.com/who this is one for the video version of this podcast, for all the videos I put out, period. That's when you're going to fucking find it on the internet. All right? 10,000 plays down now, etched in stone, part of history on SoundCloud. But we got a lot more to fucking do. We got more guests coming up for this year, already planned out for most of January too. We got a whole fucking another 11 months to work with for the rest of the year as far as that's concerned coming up too. Believe me, your boy is going to stay busy and off of media takeout, and let alone getting Kanye's big black fucking cock off my mind. Hopefully and forever from this point onwards. But otherwise it's kind of tattooed in my brain, unfortunately. The thing was fucking huge. What do you want me to do? Oh, fuck it. I'll catch you next time. And thanks for making it through this 30th episode here. 10,000 plays on SoundCloud. Running up the numbers on YouTube, all that shit too. Appreciate you. Let me know where you're from in the fucking comments, DM, email, whatever too. I got people in Germany, England, Europe, surprisingly too, listening to me a lot and resharing a lot. So shout me out. Let me know what I got to fucking thank you in your native language.
Yo, it's over. All right, it's over. It's over. Move the mic. Move the mic.
Thank you.
All right.